What is good, it's your boy Sam back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're gonna be going over and talking about the 4 new EVO cards that did get EVO'd in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Obviously, Dennis Schroder, Anthony Davis gets an EVO, as was the Ruby Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson. Now, every one of these guys, Dennis Schroder already previously had an EVO, Josh Hart already previously had an EVO, and so did Jalen Brunson. AD is the only card that this is his first EVO for. Now, am I excited about this? Well, I mean, I would be, but there's no grinds with this. It's basically, you got to buy these players at the auction house, and they are going to be pretty expensive. So that's kind of the negative side of things. The positive side of things is we get some more, I guess, dark matters added into my team. I don't know for sure if there's going to be playoff super packs, but sadly, I'm guessing there will indeed be. So let's start off here with Dennis the Menace in my team, who does get EVO'd to a Galaxy Opal. I do got to say, as far as a Lakers player, Dennis Schroder is one of my favorites. I have favorites. I love watching him play because he goes out there and he competes. I mean, he picked Steph's pocket for a lay-in last night. And he just plays hard, man. He plays hard, plays with passion. That's somebody that I truly do like watching play for the Lakers. The problem is in 2K in my team, he's just going to be too small. And again, the Dennis Schroder base isn't anything special. That's the troublesome part for this Dennis Schroder. I'm not trying to sit here and say Dennis is horrible, but in my team, he's just not great, right? I got to be honest with you guys, and I would be lying to sit up here in front of you guys and hype Dennis the Menace up. Card is ultimately not very good in my team. Josh Hart, though, 6'4", 6'8" wingspan. He at least is, in my opinion, a little better than a guy like Dennis Schroder. Now, is Josh Hart perfect? No, there's still flaws in the card. One of the biggest flaws is he's only 6'4" at the shooting guard position, which means he can't standing dunk. Now, the Josh Hart base on very quick, it's, you know, the same. It has been. His dribble sigs are all the same. He just gets a little bit better. So, I mean, if you want to get Josh Hart, it's not like his price is probably going to go way up either. I mean, he should be a relatively cheap option for you guys to pick up. Now, I got lucky, right? Because I'm low-key grinding collector level. And I picked up I should have held on to Josh Hart for a little longer. I didn't know for sure if he'd get an EVO. But I got Josh Hart, and I had him in my collector level, whatever. And I sold him for $16K last night. Now he's going for, at the time of recording this, like a little bit more. So, you know, could have maybe made a little more empty, but it is what it is. Josh Hart is fine in my team. Going to be solid defensively. It's just his player model is not ideal. Then you get our first dark matter in Jalen Brunson. His EVOs are basically the same. It's 27 points and 2 steals in the first game. In the second game, it's 30 points, 6 threes, and I think it's 2 steals. So I actually and I'm gonna say sadly, I actually had Jalen Brunson, but he's unauctionable for me. So I did this EVO, and I say sadly because it low key is a little sad, right? Because for me, I can't sell him. I can't do anything outside of use the card. But Jalen Brunson doesn't look that bad. He's 6'2", but he has a wide player model, which I think is okay. Decent driving dunk. Playmaking-wise is fine. Again, defensively, gets a little bit better. And the big thing, vertical strength goes up. His driving dunk goes up 30. That's important. You know, even his lateral quickness goes up a little bit. He just gets that little bit better. So, I mean, if you want to run Jalen Brunson and you're a Knicks fan, he's definitely more usable than a guy like Dennis Schroder, especially because Jalen Brunson's release is pretty solid. And I know a lot of people aren't going to necessarily know or recognize that, but that's just the way it is. Jalen Brunson has a solid enough release that you guys can use in my team. So, again, I might do a gameplay of him. We'll see where things do end up lying today, but I don't mind Jalen Brunson, especially at the dark matter tier. 52 base badges. Shooting wise is going to be incredible. Has the tray leaner. His release is pretty solid. From top to bottom, I mean, JB is solid enough to use in my team. And again, I wouldn't have any problem if you're a Knicks fan and you want to run Jalen Brunson running this card, because again, he is good enough to be ran. Last but certainly not least, Anthony Davis. who has just been playing incredible lately. Can we all put some respect on Anthony Davis's name? I mean, a healthy AD is something different. I don't know how else to phrase it, how else to say it. I don't like the Lakers. I think that's pretty well known in the community, but I respect the heck out of Anthony Davis and how truly good he is. 6'10", 7'2" wingspan in my team. If you look at his stat upgrades, it's pretty sad. Yes, his block, his rebounding is nice. Passing vision goes up plus 22. That's a useless stat, okay? Hall of Famers he gets. Off-ball best, ankle braces, challenger, dimer, needle threader, unpluckable, acrobat, dream shake, giant slayer, rise up. Some pretty solid badges in there. I'm not going to sit there and lie. But his release is still on quick. The one thing Anthony Davis needed was his release on very quick. It's still on quick. And so you guys may be asking, Ty, are you going to do an AD gameplay of the EVO'd up card? Probably not. Why? Because nothing changes at all. SIGs are exactly the same. If you want to see how this Anthony Davis is going to play, watch my Anthony Davis gameplay. Like, it's that simple. Like, the difference between this Anthony Davis right here and the last one, or the AD before the EVO, it's so small. You're not even going to be able to notice a difference. So again, that's what I would say about Anthony Davis. If you want to run the card with 40 Hall of Famers, I get it. Because yes, those Hall of Fame badges do better. But it's similar to the Steph thing. With Steph, at least he got EVO to a dark matter. For Anthony Davis, he hardly improves much at all. So for me, sure, he's fine, but there's nothing really here to really, I would say, get or look at. Because again, Anthony Davis is going to be massively overpriced and not worth it. And I'm not saying AD is not going to get another EVO later on in the playoffs. And then, you know, with that, maybe you could make the case, well, Anthony Davis is going to be worth it. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I don't think you can even make the case that Anthony Davis is worth 500, 400K, which is what he is going for right now at the time I am recording this video. So all in all, guys, are these EVOs anything special? Are they anything to worry about? Honestly, the one that excites me the most is Jalen Brunson, just because I like JB. I like his release. I think his release is really solid in my team, and I know he's only 6'2", but he's got good enough interior. I think he comes with a Hall of Fame anchor. So I'm going to give Jalen Brunson the thumbs up and everybody else the thumbs down, honestly, because Jalen Brunson got the best EVO. Dennis Schroder's unusable. Josh Hart's a shooting guard that can't standing dunk. And Anthony Davis, talk about one of the biggest wastes of a EVO in my team. He fits that mold. So, yeah, Jalen Brunson gameplay is probably what we're going to do today because the rest of these cards do not look like anything special to me, at least right now. And I'm excited for Jalen Brunson because, I mean, he keeps his same release. It's not like they had to change too many SIGs on him. Has a trade leader. I just think he can be a fun card, and I know there's a lot of Knicks fans out there for you guys to use in my team. Again, AD, if he gets a new release or even that release on very quick, eventually it could be something special, but it leaves a lot to be desired. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Which of these EVOs you guys are most excited about? Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.